Ball Hawk Sports. It's Reek, man. We had a hell of a college football day yesterday or Saturday. And man, let's get into it. A lot transpired, and I'm ready to talk about this for sure. First thing first, man, Florida State took a nasty L, and they didn't get blown out or anything, but it's a nasty L because this L officially puts them out of playoff contention. Probably won't even be able to get to the ACC championship after this. You know, Started off the season on a very high note. Beat my Alabama Crimson Tide. So I really didn't like them for that, but didn't expect this turn for the worst for them. I honestly thought that they would have maybe lost a game or two, but still would have been good enough to be at the top of the ACC right under Miami and still go to the playoff. But right now, man, it does not look like that, and they are actually 0-3 in the ACC. So they're kind of far. Even Clemson would haven't been great. I'm pretty sure Clemson still either has a better record or is still better in the ACC for sure. So outside of that Bama win, man, it's been real streaky for FSU, and honestly not even streaky. It's been bad outside of that Bama win. So they got to get it together. 6 weeks in, 6 more weeks. They got to get it together for these last 6 weeks so they can hopefully have a chance to get and do something at the end of the season to make up. And I know Mike Norvell, he wants to get it back because last season or that 2-10 season was not good or not pretty at all. So I'm sure, he's really, really trying to get it together. But the main thing that I see, is the issue with Florida State right now is the defense. The offense does not look that bad. Can't blame anything on Tommy. Yeah, he can limit some mistakes, but when I look at the defense, man, a lot of the players on the defense is just getting killed. But then also, it's almost a flip flop situation. When the offense makes a play, the defense give up a play. When the defense makes a play, the offense can't capitalize. So, they just got to get on one accord. And it seemed like the only game they were on one accord was the Bama game. So hopefully Florida State can get it back, man, and show that they're still good. Hopefully. But next, man, Alabama. Roll Tide, man. Roll Tide, roll. 3 top 25 wins in 3 straight weeks. Started off with Georgia, went to Vanderbilt, and now got a W against Missouri last week. That's 3 straight W's. I expect Alabama to move, up on that in that top 25. Todd Simpson, you're playing like a Heisman. Isaiah Horton, shout out you. Jeremy Bernard, shout out you. Jam Miller, shout out you. Everybody is playing good ball right now. Ryan Williams, I know you're not all the way, yourself, but you still, you will be back and you'll be playing great ball towards the end of the season when you hit your stride. So shout out Alabama, man. They did what they were supposed to do. Missouri did not look bad at all. It's just very funny, bro, how it looks like, Missouri got the better quarterback from Penn State. And it was both of them last year when it comes to Drew Allard and Bo Prabula. But Prabula looks like the better one. So, maybe that might have been a mistake on Penn State's part, but we have a lot to cover when it comes to them as well. But next, man, Ohio State. They keep rolling. They beat Illinois yesterday. Matt Patricia is doing wonders for that defense. The way that they're using Caleb Downs and that secondary, they're flying around, even the D-line, the backers. I love it. And right now, when I look at Ohio State, I didn't predict for there to be any team. I don't think any team, or, I had conversations with my friend, and, he say no team is going to be undefeated. I think Ohio State can do it. And I do think that they'll have to play Michigan. We'll see how that goes. But I think Ohio State can possibly do it. But when I look at them, it's the defense. The offense, if not, they're not 100% yet or not, fully capable of doing what they can, but they will. And when they match that with the defense, we might be looking at another Ohio State season just like last year, except, they might not win it all, but they'll probably be right back at that point because if they match this defense and this physicality on the defensive end with, how good did they play with the finesse and just the smarts and the brain of the offense, Ohio State will definitely probably be right back in that national championship again. But next, man, also Ole Miss, man. Ole Miss, they survived, Washington State yesterday. They luckily got by Washington State by a field goal, by 3 points. Ole Miss, they did not have their regular starter with Austin Simmons. They went with Trinidad, the Trinidad kid again. He's not bad at all. He's good. So, it wasn't a horrible performance from him, but overall, I feel like Ole Miss has to be better, but maybe it was just a bad week. And if it's a bad week, but you still get the win, hey, can't really complain. But I think that I do expect Ole Miss to drop. They were number 4 in the country. I do think that they'll drop, being that they had a very close game with Washington State. So, yeah, man, we'll see. But I think Alabama should be overtaking Ole Miss, or should be going above Ole Miss from the wins, compared to who they beat and who they play and the strength of schedule as a, to this far or to up to this point of the season. But yeah, man, Colorado. Colorado pulled off a big upset yesterday. They beat Iowa State. This is Deion's second win versus AP Top 25 team. So shout out Colorado, man. Last week I made a TikTok video. I called Caden Salter a double agent. I said that he was playing for the other team the whole time. He must have, somebody must have got that video to him and sent it to him, and he saw it and he shut me up yesterday. So there's nothing I could say. Good game, Caden Salter. You played good. You made the big play. You made the right play. So hey, that's exactly what Colorado wanted out of you. And if Colorado got that earlier, Colorado probably would only have one loss right now, looking like they should be going to the playoff towards the end of the season. So shout out Caden Salter. Shout out Colorado. They are a good team over there. They just need a better quarterback play to start the season. So, now that I think that Caden Salter is stepping into his own, I think that they will be where they want to by the end of the season. Probably won't make the playoff, but they definitely will probably be making that stride, to getting to showing, other teams that, hey, if we didn't drop those first two games or there's other two games that we shouldn't have dropped, we probably would have been here right now. So, but yeah, man, shout out Colorado, shout out Deion, shout out Prime. Texas, man. Texas, finally gets a big win. They beat Oklahoma. Now, of course, you can put that with an asterisk because Mateer was out, and this was his first game back off of injury and off of the surgery, so he was not 100%. But Arch did look his best, in my opinion, against another top 25 team or another FBS or FBS school. Arch looked very good, or he looked decent, or he looked good yesterday. I'm not gonna say very good, not just gonna say decent. He looked good yesterday, and I think that's one thing Arch hasn't really done this whole season is just look good, and I think that's what a lot of people have been wanting out of him. So shout out Arch, man, big win. Even though I felt like if Mateer was not coming off of injury or coming off of surgery, I do think that Oklahoma would have been able to get that win. So Texas got a little lucky, but hey, you need some luck to go throughout the season. So can't just say that they got fully lucky. What? From March? Yeah, they are mid. They are mid. And the thing is, when other better quarterbacks play good, you see it. Like you're like, bro, you see it. With Arch, it's not there yet. And I do think that Arch has a couple of steps he got to take. He's definitely not ready for the NFL. His own grandfather said that. So he's not ready for NFL, but Arch definitely has to put together better film for sure because we know, he's trying to get to the NFL. If he doesn't have it, then if he doesn't have it, he's gonna be a hell of a coach. Just that simple. Hey, yeah, if you don't have it, you're gonna be a hell of a coach. Just that simple. So yeah, man. Moving on from Texas, Indiana, man, Kirk Cignetti. That's a big win. They went into Autzen Stadium, man, not manhandled, but beat Oregon and put their, stumped on them last night and on that game-winning drive, or not game-winning, game-sealing drive, and let them know you ain't coming back. You're not winning this game. We walked in the trap. We took over your trap. So shout out Indiana, man. Kirk Cignetti, lackluster schedule last year, and then finally played some competition and got smacked. This year, Kirk Cignetti must have heard everything over the summer, over the spring, and said, by the time we get to that point, we will be ready when we play against these teams. They played against Illinois so far, who's a good team in the Big Ten, and they've now played against Oregon, who was, the second best team in the Big Ten, and they beat them in their home. So, hey, shout out Kirk Cignetti. I have nothing else to say. We'll see you guys when it gets to that, end of the season point and to that playoff point, because that's, you guys definitely will be there for sure. Yeah, man. Tennessee wins a close one with Arkansas. Tennessee's offense is very high power. They have a great offense, but Tennessee's downfall is going to be the defense. I don't think they can uphold what they've been doing with the defense. I think that eventually some team will blow the doors open on them, just because if the defense can't stop nobody, and let's just say the offense is inconsistent, it will not work in their favor. So Tennessee, very good quarterback, very good offense, but they have to get that defense together. They have to, especially if they want to make a playoff or make a deep run getting into the playoff. What? Who? What about him? Oh yeah. I'm good. You sure what I just said about the defense, right? Our defense can get stops. I don't think Tennessee's defense can get stops. Simple as that. Roll Tide versus everybody. Simple as that, dog. Right now, man. So next, Texas A&M. Texas A&M with the win versus Florida. Let's not blow this out of proportion. Texas A&M did not look that great. The defense did look good. The defense is stout. The offense for Florida just dried out in the second half. If it didn't, then that game probably, Florida possibly could have won. Marcel Reed still has a lot to work on when it comes to being a thrower of the football, but when it comes to what he can do dynamically, or dynamic-wise, when it comes to running and throwing the football, it's not many guys that can do what he can because he's so athletic. He has the speed. He reminds you of a poor man's Lamar Jackson. So, If he's that, then hey, he's pretty good, especially if he's in college. So he just has to tighten up that throwing game and that passing game, and he will be probably a very good quarterback. So when I look at Texas A&M, though, man, good win. They just got to keep going, but they also can be beat. They're not a team that has no holes or just very good. They can be beat as well. And Florida almost, showed in that first half yesterday where, they can expose a lot and where they could have been beat. But for Florida, Billy Napier is out of there. Florida could not capitalize on anything offensively yesterday. Defense got stopped Texas A&M when they needed to, but Florida could not capitalize at all. And I think that has a lot to just do with the culture right now, the team, the offense, man. Man, Napier's out of there, man. I don't see Napier keeping his job. I don't see him lucking up again into some ranked wins and keeping his job this year. Just don't see it. I think Florida's done. Of course, they're done. It's third loss. They're done. But I think Billy Napier is definitely done too. And I think he will be out of Florida at the end of the season for sure, for sure. Um, for Lagway transfers. I already made a video on this. I say Lagway transferred about a month ago, just because I already felt that Napier was going to get fired. So Lagway's out of there. So somebody will be trying to get Lagway in the portal this upcoming season, and somebody will probably develop him into being a very good college quarterback. He's still very young. Was a freshman last year, nothing but a sophomore. So hey, still could have 2 whole years left in college football to 3. So when I look at that, I think DJ Lagway will still be good, but Billy Napier, it's time to go ahead and start filling out applications, my guy, because it's over with when it comes to Florida. They're already looking for their replacement, or they probably already found them behind the scenes right now today. USC, man, Southern Cal. USC holds off Michigan. Got a big win versus Michigan yesterday. They'll probably get back into that top 25 after beating Michigan. That's a good win. I think Jaden Mayava is a good quarterback. He's one of the best quarterbacks in college football. Lincoln Riley, of course, offensive mastermind, quarterback guru. So all respect to him. All respect to what they're doing right now. I think they're I like that Southern Cal doesn't have too much hype. They're kind of quiet. They got one of the best receivers. So I just like that it's quiet right now. They're just, chilling, putting the work in, of keeping their heads down and just letting the media do the talking, and that's it. But, for Michigan fans, I wouldn't, hang my head too low on that L. I think USC is the better team, the better, the better coach team right now up to this point. But what I will say for Michigan is being optimistic. I don't think Michigan will be at their best until they play Ohio State. And that's when they need to be. And I think that's when they will be. And also for Michigan, Bryce Underwood is going to be fine. When I watched him yesterday, when I look at the arrogance he has, when I look at the aura, the way that he carries himself, the posture, he will be ready. And by year 2, he will definitely be one of, if not the best quarterback in the nation for sure. I'm just go ahead and stamp it right now. Georgia, man, I'm not impressed. Not impressed at all. Georgia, you climb back. You got to win against Auburn. Whoop-de-doo. You were almost about to go 2-0 in the state of Alabama, which is horrible. You should not be losing to Auburn. Understand you're going to get smacked by us or smacked by Bama year in and year out, but you shouldn't be losing to Auburn. So, or shouldn't be even close to losing to Auburn. I don't understand it. I do think that Kirby has to go into every single halftime and curse Mike Bobo out, and I think that's why he comes out calling a better second half every single time. But yeah, man, Georgia has to be better. The defense shows up when they need to. And what I will say, like Kirby said last year in the playoff, resilience. They are resilient. And I think that they are specifically resilient because of Kirby. Without, the leader that Kirby is, I don't think that this team is as resilient as they are. But hey, they're going to get in tough situations and they're going to, keep their head held high, and they're going to get out of those tough situations. So I can't do nothing but respect it, even though I do think that that's, a pretty ugly win being that close with the Auburn team. And also with Auburn, first Cam Coleman, go ahead and transfer, come play with your boy Ryan Williams, come to Alabama. And Hugh Freeze, bye-bye. It was good while it lasted, but you're going now, my boy. It's probably over for you. So go ahead and, find you another job or get ready to go ahead and get replaced, because I think it's over for you as well, man. I don't think they've won a game in the SEC this year yet either. So it's over. And then for the last topic, man, we have the battle of the underwhelming. LSU and South Carolina. LSU, South Carolina had a pretty close game, almost down to the wire, almost down to the last couple of possessions. LSU is not who I thought they were going to be. South Carolina is definitely not who I thought that they were going to be. So when I look at those two teams, LSU got a good win. Offense is still very streaky. Defense can be exposed, but it takes a good offense or a good offensive mind to do so. And I don't think South Carolina really has that right now. So, shout out LSU, I guess, for the win, but definitely not what I thought they were going to be. Thought they were going to remain and be at the top of the SEC all year, but I don't see that happening, and I don't see that being something that comes to fruition. So, that's it, man. College football, eventful. We'll be ready to tap back in again next week when it comes to this, man.